Welcome to Improv Pal. This is our pre-launch third video training. And here we're going to show you 3 secret tricks to making avatars lifelike. And why is that important? When people arrive on your site, you want to have that spokesperson, that lifelike avatar talking to your audience, connecting with your audience, and getting them to scroll down the page and spend more time on the site. And the cool thing is, VideoPal, if you bought that product, it allows you to put instant spokespeople on your site. Now, what do you say to them? How do you react with your audience to get them to stay on the site longer? So we're going to tell you 3 secret tricks to making avatars lifelike. Tip number 1, you want to choose an avatar that your audience identifies with, meaning you want a spokesperson that can relate to your audience. So if you have an audience of gamers, video gamers, is you want to have a younger, more active gaming personality. If you have a middle-aged crowd, you want a middle-aged avatar. If you have a broad audience, you want a professional, young-looking person as your spokesperson. And think from your visitor's point of view. How are they seeing this and what relates to them? If you've got a website about quilting, you want a spokesperson that maybe is a quilter or could look like a quilter. If you're coming to a website that is all about internet marketing, you want a person that looks like they're an internet marketer. And allow them to be a humorous or slightly controversial. So whenever you have these avatars, if they have the same robotic voice and the same sales pitch that everybody else is using, that doesn't work. People get ad blind and they get spokesperson blind on this. You want them to have a personality and you want them to be a little bit funny, a little bit snarky. That's why the success of the gecko lizard has been so popular. The gecko is funny, he's a little bit sassy, or snarky as people put it, but the most important part is they stay on the ad. It's always interesting because you don't know what the gecko is about to say, and that's the same way that you want your avatars. You want to give them dialogue, you want to give them content that is not only pushing the people further down the page, but leaving them with the anticipation of what is this spokesperson going to say next. It's not the same old page that you land on. So tip number 2, grab the visitor's attention in the first few seconds with a great script that matches your avatar's personality. You want to come in the first 3 to 5 seconds and say something that catches them off guard. Think about what makes them unique. Consider what motivates your avatar. And write to their backstory. Writing a backstory on your avatar really gives them some personality and makes it easy to write for. Now, who knows this backstory? Only you know the backstory. And you write it as funny and as descriptive as possible, but it makes it very easy to write to that character. We talk a lot about this in Improv Pals. How do you actually create humor? How do you actually write this backstory? And from the backstory, how do you tell their story so that it's interesting? So keep that in mind. Now, tip number 3, tune up the scripts to give it a lifelike pausing and emphasis. Now, on VideoPal, their text-to-speech has the ability to insert pauses and emphasis inside of the scripting link. When we're in a conversation, we pause when taking a breath for effect, and we even pause at the end of our sentences or at the end of a thought process. And you want your avatars to be able to do the same thing. And finally, you want to have jokes that are best delivered with a short pause at the end. And the reason is you want the joke to sit in the mind of your visitor and give them time to smile and think, hey, that was funny, or what did they just say? That's why you want to use your scripting and pausing throughout your text-to-speech. It gives your avatar a lifelike dialogue and communication that actually resonates with the visitor's mind. And it also encourages them to stay on the site longer. And that's the whole goal. Get them to stay on the site longer. and to get them to follow your call to actions. And finally, you want to be able to lip sync your avatar to their actual dialogue. And VideoPal does an okay job, but it's not lip sync. So I'm going to show you. The one on the left is a VideoPal spokesperson. The one on the right has been lip synced. So watch what happens.
Male comics are always coming up to me. And they're like, "Hey, Emma, don't you think you're a little attractive to be a comedian?" And I'm like, "Don't you think you're a little ugly to be talking to me? Ta-ta for now."
I don't know if you noticed, but most people watching this video, they're going to be focused on the avatar on the right because her lips are matched to the audio track, and that's lip syncing. And we teach you a lot about lip syncing inside the Improv Pal course and how you can do that. So I want you to be one of the first to grab your copy of Improv Pal. This is the humor cell system. What we teach in here is not only how to write your own scripts, but we give you a set of professionally written cell scripts that have been tuned up with comedians. We went out and we hired professional comedians to rewrite a whole bunch of cell scripts. And all you have to do is grab them and stick them into VideoPal and you're ready to go. You have your own spokesperson with a unique personality. And that's what this is all about, is to get your visitor to stay on your site longer and take action. So we'll see you on the next page.